Welcome to the Snowball Analytics channel. In this video, we will go over custom assets. With custom assets, you can account for investments that are not traded on the stock exchange or supported by the Snowball Analytics service. If your assets generate a constant income in the form of accruals, you can adjust their number and frequency. The service will then show future dividend payments on the dividend calendar and calculate the dividend yield. So, let's get started. First, we'll create a new portfolio and then add a custom asset to it. Select the option to add a custom asset. Select the asset type. If you cannot find a suitable option, select Other Custom Assets. Note that the selected type does not affect the setup of a custom asset, except for the savings account type. It can only affect the sector or asset class to which it belongs. The first custom asset that we will add is the 10-year USD-denominated unsecured senior bond issued by Honda Motor Company with a maturity date of August 8, 2035. After entering the required parameters, you can enter the country and make a note if you want to. Disclosing and filling in this block is necessary since the asset brings us steady income. You can choose to add income transactions either automatically or manually. The video tutorial on the dividend calendar explains how the automatic income transaction addition feature works. Then you need to enter either a fixed payment amount for each asset unit or a percentage value. Payments on this asset are semi-annual, so we set the payment every 6 months. This means that a payment will be made every 6 months in the amount specified. The dates of the first and last payments must also be entered. Once you've entered all the necessary details, click the Save button and proceed to the Custom Asset page. Here we need to add an asset purchase transaction. Once you have entered all the necessary figures, you can update the cash balance by ticking the relevant box. We have created our first custom asset. If all the data has been entered correctly, we should be able to see the payments in our dividend calendar. Our custom asset will now be displayed on the Portfolio Assets page, alongside the other assets. Clicking on it will take us to the Asset page, where we can adjust the asset parameters if necessary. We can also make corrections to the purchase transaction here, or add buy and sell transactions. The Income tab shows the income received. As the first payment has already been made, we can mark its receipt on both the dividend calendar page in this tab. Our video tutorial on the dividend calendar provides a more detailed explanation of the automatic dividend addition feature. The Price History tab allows us to record changes in the price of an asset. Price changes can also be added in the main block. If the price change history contains a lot of data, it can be imported as a custom report. You can download the custom CSV or Excel template directly from the Report Import page or via the link provided below the video. Here is an example of a custom report. The event field should contain the custom holding price, and the symbol field should contain the ticker that was specified when the custom asset was created. For clarity, let's delete the manually entered price history and import it from a file. Once the import is complete, we receive a message informing us that our report does not contain any transactions or cash balances that we did not specify. We then go to the Custom Asset page and check the price history. Everything appears to have been imported successfully. Now let's add another custom asset, a real estate property that generates income. Let's make it an apartment in New York. This asset generates a stable income for us, which is not reinvested. Fill in the payment amount and its frequency. Also enter the date of the first payment. Now we also need to add a buy transaction. We have added our second custom asset. Now we can add income transactions with a single click. In the dividend calendar, we check the payments we just added and see that each payment has been successfully added. Certain payments may differ from the standard. If they do, this can also be reflected by adjusting the income transaction. Real estate is always associated with costs such as taxes, utility bills, and other expenses. These can also be reflected by adding transactions. The next custom asset that we will add is a savings account. Make it a 12-month deposit with an annual yield of 2.5%, payable at the end of the term. In this case, we have selected a yearly payment frequency with one payment. Furthermore, the date of the first payment will be the same as that of the last. We will also add a transaction that will now be categorized as a cash-in transaction. Then we check the dividend calendar. We see that the payment will be made at the end of the term. If you have created a custom asset but have not added a purchase transaction, it will not be displayed on the Assets page. To view it, tick the box next to Show Sold. This allows you to view assets with a quantity of 0, and if necessary, edit the custom asset and add a buy transaction. Please note that custom assets are not included in the metrics calculation on the Analytics page, such as Beta, Sharp, and Sortino. Custom assets are also not included in the Search for Dipped Assets function on the Recommendations page. You cannot edit a custom asset inside a composite portfolio. Each custom asset is linked to the portfolio in which it was created, but it can also be transferred between portfolios. Transactions on custom assets can be exported to a CSV file alongside the other transactions. That's probably all we wanted to say about custom assets. Your Snowball Analytics support team. Stay tuned.